The baby knew to curry favor with the richest grandparents even in the womb. It would even high-five grandma through the belly. It also waved to grandpa during prenatal checkups, even 1 month after birth. Its first words were grandpa and grandma. Seeing their grandson liked them so much, the grandparents doted on him exceptionally. They even began to favor their daughter-in-law, whom they had never liked before. Grandma not only gave her the family heirloom, but grandpa also announced that he would give half of the group's shares to her and the baby. The adoptive sister, who also gave birth to a grandson, was extremely jealous. She couldn't understand why, since both were babies. The woman's child was so smart. Little did she know that this child was actually the woman's best friend. It turned out that the woman was the real wealthy heiress raised in an orphanage. She was only recognized by her biological parents 3 years ago, but the fake heiress was afraid that the woman would compete with her for her parents' love, so she bribed thugs to kill the woman. It was the woman's best friend from the orphanage who saved her, but the best friend unfortunately lost her life. Although the woman survived, she was forced to marry her husband due to a family alliance. However, the adoptive sister was overwhelmed with jealousy, so she secretly seduced the husband and got pregnant. Later, she even instigated the husband to kill the woman and her child. When the woman felt helpless about this, she accidentally heard the voice of the baby in her belly. Only then did she learn that her best friend had been reborn as her child, determined to help her punish the scumbag and the scoundrel woman. Moreover, the best friend knew that the woman's parents-in-law favored sons over daughters, so she was reborn as a boy in this life. Upon hearing this, the woman immediately regained her courage to live. However, urged by the adoptive sister, the husband took the woman to the hospital for an abortion, claiming that the baby in her belly was already dead. When the best friend heard this, she was so angry that she waved her fists in the belly, wanting to hit the scumbag. Unexpectedly, this caused the woman to have morning sickness, directly vomiting dirt all over the husband and the adoptive sister. Seeing this, the doctor became suspicious, so he performed another check. It was found that the fetus not only had a heartbeat again, but also changed gender to a boy. The woman's parents-in-law happened to arrive and saw the scene, and they were overjoyed immediately. Seeing this, the husband quickly said that the adoptive sister was also pregnant with a boy, but grandma directly scolded him. After all, the woman was the real heiress. Only the grandson she gave birth to could inherit the family property legitimately. With that said, the grandparents began to ask the woman about her well-being. The adoptive sister had to leave awkwardly when she saw this. However, this was just the beginning of her misfortune. In the days that followed, the baby in the woman's belly was extremely well-behaved. Even during prenatal checkups, it would take the initiative to greet grandpa and grandma, trying to maintain the woman's status in the family. Seeing this, the elderly immediately thought the baby was a genius and loved the mother and son more and more. In contrast, the baby in the adoptive sister's belly brought her countless pregnancy side effects. On the day of delivery, it almost killed her from pain. To save the woman from suffering, the best friend chose the best position and gave birth in just 20 seconds. Even the doctor praised him as an angel baby. After birth, there was also a huge difference between the two babies. The adoptive sister's baby cried and fussed every day, while the woman's baby often smiled at grandpa and grandma. The grandparents were even happier because of this and began to decide to leave the family property to the child. This made the adoptive sister realize the threat, so she secretly collaborated with a nurse to swap the babies. Although the woman was alert and rushed over in time, the adoptive sister and the husband joined forces, insisting that the woman's baby was the adoptive sister's. The baby was so angry that he kicked the scumbag. Because of this, the woman saw the sole of his foot and immediately found a way to identify her child.